Okay, so what I would like everyone to have on their desk is the 3 assignments that I passed out in the very front of class today. This is like, it's like I've never done this before. Okay, so the 3 assignments that you picked up in the front, they are there for your resource. They're not there for you to do anything extra with. They are there as an asset. So please make sure you use them as such, because if you do, they are really awesome. Now, I do want to make sure I am incredibly clear that all of the resources that I have gone above and beyond for, obviously your Barron's book is a published book, like who cares? If someone wants to copy your Barron's book, they're idiots. What a waste of time. Can we agree? Yeah. However, these packets, like the experiments one took me about 7-8 hours to do. This chart took me like 45 minutes. This research one probably took me about 3 hours, and I have a couple other ones coming to you. This probably took me about 5 hours. This is my real life that I take out to do your work at home, sitting on my couch. I do it for you because I want you to be successful. I don't care about a bunch of randos I've never met. Can we agree? I do not want you passing off my stuff to other people who are not in my class. Is that clear? I work really, really hard, not for them, but for you. So please make sure, please be respectful of the time I spend working on you, and respect that. So the first thing I want to show you is your perspectives chart. Some of you were really struggling on this yesterday. So this is your perspective charts. It breaks down all of your major ones. Something that you may find to be super helpful is your major players. Okay? And then, more importantly, which I think is really cool, is the views on personality and motivation. So, if I'm evolutionary, I believe that extroverts maintain social networks and instincts and drive are your theories. It just really kind of helps simplify. Now, the other one I have that I want you to look at first is your AP Psychology Research Crash Course. You guys were not very good yesterday about it. Would you agree? Some of you are really weak on research. I can tell you right now you're going to have probably an FRQ on research. It's going to come up. It's going to be all over your test. It's almost 18% of your exam. Because of how important it is, I put this all together. It goes term, explanation, example, and then absolutely simplified. So the dumbest I could bring it down to, because that's how I think. I just need to know simple, stupid explanation. Correct? Sometimes that's all I need. So if you look, I have all of your longitudinal, cross-sectional, correlational. Then you have types of research here at the bottom. If you flip it over, okay, all of your types of research. If you flip it again, I have all parts of the experiment. This is what I'm really assuming you guys are struggling with, is the parts of the experiment. Can we agree? And that's all right here. So please make sure you go through and look at it. Okay, all the way it continues through. And if you look at it, I have the pros and cons. So, research style to combat bias, double-blind, placebos. I also have ethical testing. This, when they ask you a question about experiments, they're going to ask you about ethical testing. I guarantee it. There's going to be one question. Well, how did this experiment avoid the ethical testing? It's the default question when they do an experiment one. So, making sure you know just toss it all in the box, Madonna. Okay, making sure you're completely aware of all the ethical components of it right here. And then on the very back, I have your standard deviation. Now, I don't believe they're going to ask you to do a standard deviation. That would be so dirty without calculators. Can we agree? But they may ask you to draw like a bell curve. They may ask you how to set it up in some sort of component. This is the breakdown. They did it 2 years ago. I don't expect them to do it. But keep in mind, AP has recently become fashionable to AP Psych to draw a chart. If they ask you to draw a scatter plot chart, could you do it? Yeah. It's the little like X, Y, and then you have like your little stupid dots. The bar graph, could you draw a bar graph? Okay, because 2 years ago they had a bar graph on it, and people like literally did not do well. Who is it? Come in. Okay. There's someone looking at Hi, sweetie, that's not helpful. What? Oh. Hi, I'm teaching. What? Yes, I don't care, sweetie. You've interrupted my class for now a whole minute. So, standard deviation is here. Make sure you are aware of it, but I don't think it's going to be a huge deal, but just be aware. But they are asking, it's become very fashionable to draw charts and diagrams. So, I don't care. He knows how it goes. No, he knows how it works. He's in AP World. He knows. So, what?
They're subhuman.
No, we got things to do. Don't interrupt my class. So, major experiment. Do I not get interrupted in this class that often? I always get interrupted in 7th and 8th, and your book knows not to come in.
The kid that comes in interrupted is best, so you don't get.
He's funny, and he comes in at the beginning of class. Once do now is over and quiz is over and we're starting, I don't have time for that crap. So, major experiments. By the way, this is like the best thing in the history of AP Psych. This is so legitly amazing that if you don't appreciate it, I'm going to probably kick you in the shin. It is honestly amazing. It took me like 7-8 hours to make, and it is legit. It is awesome. The only thing that I wish I did that I didn't is I wish that I put down what chapter or category each of these things come from. So I'm going to do it for you right now because I'm going to tell you how helpful it is later.
I want to see it.
Personality is birth order. Strange situation is development. Trait theorist, this is personality. Bobo Dolls is social. Beck's therapy is therapy. Intelligence test is obviously cognition. Okay, so what we're going to do, and I'm going to do the whole thing, but I do want to point out something first. So you're going to notice that I have experiment title, name, explanation, and what we learned. Those are like 4 out of the major 5 things I've been telling you to do all year. If it's in bold italicized, it's the actual experiment. Everything else is just theories, all organized for you really nicely. Very simplified, very straight to the point. So it is pretty boss. All right, flip it over. Broca's area is bio. Second trait theorist, that is personality. Nativist language, that's going to be development. Forgetting curve is memory. Universal facial expression, that is motivation and emotion. Rational emotive behavior therapy is obviously therapy. Psychosocial stages of development, that's development. EPI personality inventory, that's personality. Psychoanalytic foundation, that's personality. Railway spike, we're going to put that for Phineas Gage, it's going to be biology. It can be personality because it does change, but we usually cite it for biology. Multiple intelligences, that's cognition. Female moral development, that's going to be development. Nature and nurture, we're going to put that in bio. Emotional intelligence, that's going to be motivation and emotion. Harlow's monkeys, that's going to be learning. Do you remember the little monkeys?
Yeah.
Oh, so cute. You see how awesome this is? Hypothesis, Jesus. Hypnosis is going to be your states of consciousness. Basic anxiety is personality. First functionalist, this is going to be history and approaches. James Lang theory of emotion is motivation and emotion. Collective unconscious is personality. Taste aversion, that's learning. Yep. And then the smart chimp is going to be learning as well. That's, of course, color. Moral development is development. False memories is memories, is memory. Imprinting is going to be development. Hierarchy of needs is development. Milgram experiment is social. So good. Classical conditioning is learning. Cognitive development is cognition. Cognitive development, nope. It's development. Sorry. Person-centered therapy is therapy. Ink blot is personality. Testing of insanity is disorders. Ink blots are part of the personality test. They use it as a way to access, but it's technically fully explained in your personality. Then depressed dogs, that's going to be learning. Do you remember that one when we electrocuted all the golden...
I told my mom that she cringed.
General adaptation is motivation and emotion. Sacher-Singer, theory of emotion, is obviously motivation and emotion. Operant conditioning is learning. Spearman's G factor is cognition. Memory. First type of intelligence is cognition. Stanford Binet is going to be cognition.
Do you write out this?
Oh, I sit there and I do it. Like yesterday, fourth period, I just called them out. So today, the rest of the day, I'll just call them out, but I'll show it. So this is still part of Stanford Binet. Law of effect is going to be, learning. Hello. Rat mazes is learning. Language development is development. Little Albert is learning. Weber's law is going to be sensation and perception. Linguistic relativity is going to be development. Father of psychology, history, and approaches. And Stanford prison is going to be social. It's pretty great. Would you agree?
Yes.
So, what I would do if I was you, and I'm crazy, so you may or may not do this, I know I'm going to highlight all of my week 1 experiments. So I'm going to take them, and I would take all of my yellow and do all of my history and approaches, bio, and research ones. Does that make sense? Then week 2, I would do it in pink. Week 3, I would do it in a different color. So as I'm going through, this is a huge asset and a major tool that you should be using and referencing. Now, if you don't really need that much help in research because you're doing so well in it and you get it, then maybe look at this when you need help with one thing. Maybe you're super good with perspectives and it's not a big deal. Every single one of you need to use this. Can we agree? It's simple, straightforward, right to it. So it is there as an asset. There's nothing you have to do with it. It is there as a tool. What? Yes. Gabriel, what? It's a Stanford prison experiment. That's the one when we had the boys locked in a basement. It's social. What do you got? Cognitive dissonance is when I'm not compensated, I try to feel better about it. So say, for instance, I was really bored and someone asked me, how was it? And I'm like, oh, it really wasn't that bad because I don't want to feel bad about saying it. Yeah. All right, here we go. On your whiteboard, let's go. On your whiteboard, please tell me what is the name of the father of psychology. Yesterday you guys had a problem with this. Hopefully not today. Good. What? Who is it? Maddie. Wounded. Now, a friendly reminder, my darlings, that your Barron's book is due on Friday. No ifs, ands, or buts. With that being said, make sure that you are ready to go. And hopefully you see that that's really your only homework besides studying for the quizzes every day. So you need to be prepared for that. On your whiteboard, please tell me, what is it called when it's the sum of the parts that have a bigger impact? The sum of the parts have the biggest impact. Good. What is it, Patrick? The salt. On your whiteboard, please tell me, what is the name of the gentleman who created functionalism? This is in review of yesterday, my darling. I'm doing one right now. Good. What is it, T? James. On your whiteboard, what is it called when a neuron is ready to fire but is not firing? That was so terrible. What is it, Avery? Resting potential. What charge does a neuron have in resting potential? Good. Alexis, what is it? Negative. On your whiteboard, what is it called when the neuron is actually firing? Don't write the word firing. It's not it. Good. What is it, Morgan? Action potential. On your whiteboard, please tell me, what charge does it have when action potential is occurring? What is charge does it have? Alyssa? Positive. What type of ions are the ones doing the changes along the axon? Good. Come on, come on. Okay, that's fancy. I don't know if that's right or wrong. Ella, what is it?
Sodium.
Sodium ions. On your whiteboard.
I forgot.
On your whiteboard, please tell me, what receives the neural impulses from the synapse? What actually, hello, that was not English. What part of the neuron receives the neurotransmitters from the synapse? JR. Dendrites. What is the fancy term for cell body? Guys, if you don't know it, you need to be taking the time to write it down. Because you have to acknowledge what you do and don't know. What is it, Kayla? Soma. My job is to give you a structured review, which I'm doing with the Barron's book, correct? My job is also to expose you to what you do and don't know when asked. That's why we do the boards. It is your responsibility to say, oh, well, Miss Bennett just showed me I don't know what soma is, or cell body is. I need to write that down. You need to take a little bit of responsibility here as well. On your whiteboard, please tell me what carries the message from the nucleus to the terminal buttons. Good. Last period got this hella wrong. Maya, what is it? Axon. What fatty tissue coats the axon in order to increase transmission? Good. Kristen, what is it? The myelin sheath. On your whiteboard, please tell me your Wernicke's area is in what lobe? Wernicke's area is in what lobe? I got a lot of wrong answers here, friends. Lots of wrong. What is it, Valentino? Temporal. Why is it in your temporal lobe? Who can raise their hand and logically tell me why it would be? Maddie.
Because it's language comprehension.
Okay, so where would it make sense?
Temporal is your hearing, to be able to understand.
It makes sense. So your temporal lobe is dealing with hearing, so it makes sense that your language comprehension would be in your temporal lobe. It makes sense. What cortex is in your frontal lobe? What cortex? Good. What is it? Christina? Motor cortex. Why does that make sense? It has to be in the frontal lobe.
Because it deals with like what makes you human, so like talking.
There you go. All right. On your whiteboard, please tell me what lobe has our visual cortex in it. What lobe has our visual cortex? Maya. Occipital. On your whiteboard, please tell me what cortex is in your parietal. Good. Good. What is it? Gabriel. Somatosensory cortex. On your whiteboard, please tell me what deals with language creation, the physical creation of language, like my tongue, jaw, muscles. Good. What is it? Max. Broca's area. How can we remember that in case we got it wrong?
Broken jaw.
Broken jaw. If you had a broken jaw, you wouldn't be able to speak, correct? Broken jaw. On your whiteboard, please tell me what hemisphere deals with language, linear, logic. What is it? Abigail. Left. Anything that starts with an L is the left. On your whiteboard, please tell me what connects my two hemispheres. I introduced you to a guy who had split brain. He's awesome. My boy. What is it, T? Corpus callosum. On your whiteboard, please tell me what is I didn't have a thought. I'm so sorry. Please tell me this is responsible for long-term memory. By the way, I'm transitioning to week 5 content.
Whoa.
Yep, week is storage of memories. Think about it. I gave you a cute little song to sing. Okay, it's not really a song, but a little chant. What is it, Daniel? What's the answer? David. I'm so sorry, darling. I'm so sorry. I think I'm literally having a stroke up here. David, what is it? And what's a little memory? You're not David.
I really want to say it.
What is it, David? There you go. The hippocampus you'd remember. Here we go. Please tell me what is in charge of your endocrine system. Yeah. Yeah. What is it, Ella?
Pituitary gland.
Pituitary gland. Your Barron's book pushes the hypothalamus.
What's in charge of the pituitary?
What's in charge?
Brain.
The brain. It's like in charge of it. I don't know. It wasn't a very coherent statement on me, but pituitary is what I'm most comfortable with. On your whiteboard, please tell me what is known as the call center of your brain. All information goes to this, and then it gets distributed outwards. Now, I got one. Valentino, educate your peers, bud.
Thalamus.
Thalamus. You may want to make a note of that, friend. The thalamus is known as the call center of your brain. Okay, if you remember this little diagram we did, it relays sensory information from the lower part of your brain to the upper cortexes. Okay, and your thalamus is right here, so all the information goes right up your brainstem, and then boom, gets sent.
The projector.
Oh, well, it is on my computer, so the people who are watching this at home, they're hooked up. You people, you're fine.
Watch that.
I like them better already. On your whiteboard, please tell me what is known as the little brain. It is the part of your lower brain behind the pons, and it controls involuntary movements. Yeah, buddy. And if you're a baseball player, this is very sharp. There you go. Is that why you remember it? No. Cool. All right. What is it, Gabriel? Cerebellum. On your whiteboard, please tell me. This is responsible for sleep, hunger, thirst, sex drive, and all of your animal instincts. Good. Yes. Good. What is it, Patrick? Hypothalamus. Did you just know this off the top? Did you just know it off the top?
Okay.
That's awesome, man. I'm cheating. That is the only way. This stuff makes me nervous. That's why I cheat. So, damn it.
That's the only thing I know about.
Yes, you did so well.
I was impressed. It wasn't a day. I was very impressed.
Cool.
On your whiteboard, please tell me what is the outside layer of your brain, the surface of your brain? We call it the thinking cap, and it has all the wrinkles on it. No, it's in your brain. What is it, Maddie? The cerebrum. All of the wrinkles on your brain are called what?
Morgan.
What did you say?
Wrinkles.
Wrinkles.
What's wrong with wrinkles?
That
Brain.
was said where they call it.
Wrinkles of it.
No. It is corticalization. C-O-R-T-I. C. Let's try this again. C-O-R-T-I-C-A-L-I-Z-A-T-I-O-N. Corticalization. It increases surface area of the highest density of neurons. So, the outer layer is called the thinking cap because that's where the highest density of neurons are, so the more transduction is occurring. So with that being said, the more neurons we have, the more thinking that can occur. So that's why we have the wrinkles in the brain. It's not wrinkly because it's wet. It's bubble gum.
Right click. That part.
Oh yeah, it's one of those.
Yes.
that you can,
How
like,
stereotypical.
Yeah, that is like.
On your whiteboard, what are the two hemispheres of your brain made up of? What are your two hemispheres of your brain made up with?
What?
What are the ushy gushy stuff when you take them together? What are they called? Yeah.
Wait,
It's two words. Oh God, guys.
is this it?
Oh.
It is cerebral cortex.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Why would I joke about that? It's not that's not good.
Maybe
Cerebral cortex is your two hemispheres of your brain. It's the ushy gushy stuff. Please tell me your hypothalamus, hippocampus, your amygdala are all part of what system in your brain? Your corpus callosum, thalamus, hypothalamus, hippocampus are all part of what system? Nope. I got one. What is it, Nico?
Limbic.
Limbic system. Hi. I would write down, you need your week 5 diagrams, people.
I started week 5.
Yeah.
Entire thing.
This is not your best. I would definitely look at your diagrams, everything we wrote out, everything here. So please take a look at them. It's probably not the most effective way to use your time there, Jackson. Take out a little sheet of paper, write out a little note saying that you need to focus on week 5. All right, I'm shifting to week 4. How much time do I have?
6 minutes.
Only 6.
Okay. So, I do want to talk about your central nervous system, peripheral nervous system, and your neurons. Do you want to do it today or tomorrow?
Let's do today.
Right now.
I love it.
Okay, here we go.
Is your name Gabriel?
Let's do brain scans. Let's do brain scans. I want to review really quickly. You haven't seen this in a very long time. Here we go. So, it's coming on here in a second. I know it was off. Okay, Ella, leave me alone. Okay, so quick review. Your first scan is deep lesioning. Who can explain to me what deep lesioning is? By the way, you have this sheet of paper. I just took something that we did together and I just brought it. Jackson, what is it?
Probably to like poke around the brain.
You're going to have to give me a little bit more information. Right now it just sounds like someone's taking a stick into your nose.
They like out of like parts of your brain or something.
No, that would be a lobotomy. What is it, Maya?
They burn.
Yeah, they do drill a hole in your brain and then they burn a hole. Why would they be doing this? David.
Try to see what parts of the brain are responsible for
There you go. So they insert a wire into the brain and they destroy tissue that shows us after the event occurs what part of the patient's personality or abilities have been changed. That's how one way we look. Okay? Who can tell me what is an EEG? What is an EEG? Gabriel. Sure, but what? Max, stop wasting my ink. No. No.
Like if you're dead.
Plankton's wife.
What? Maya, what is an EEG?
It measures brain activity.
It measures your brain activity.
Pretty good.
That's pretty hard.
It measures your brain activity. So,
It's the same.
Oh, there.
They both have lines that go up and down. You should rewatch those.
so does your heartbeat machine.
That's
Yeah,
what
that's
So, if it's going really slowly, okay, when you're sleeping, it's going to look like this. If you are in beta, right? Okay, you're fully active, you're listening, you're thinking, it's going to look more like that. All right, what is a CT scan? T.
Looks like at the outside.
There you go. It looks at the physical damage. So if you go and get into a car accident, they're going to do a CT scan on your brain to see if there's anything physically there. I always remember, I always think CT scans and think of Grey's Anatomy when they had that guy with a pole through his head.
Oh, I remember.
Yeah. So that would be a good one to do a CT scan on. You're going to see a pole through a brain. All right, who can tell me what an MRI scan is all about? What is an MRI scan? Oh, God, guys. Come on. This is easy stuff. Nico.
It's the most detailed of all the scans.
Okay.
It scans like the brain and like what's going on inside of
Okay, and creates a 3D image. It's the most detailed. What is a PET scan? What is a PET scan? T.
It's where it needs like glucose and it's the bloodstream and it kind of shows where most of the brain activities are.
Yes, it shows you what region of your brain is actually the most active. So say, for instance, we do this with serial killers. We give them glucose, we do an MRI with them, and we see what part of their brains lights up when they think about their victims, and we will see that it's in their rewards. So they're like happy and giddy about like killing people and stuff like that. Okay? What?
MRI stands for magnetic resonance imaging.
Yeah, something like that. All right, then we have the fMRI. What is an fMRI? What do you got, Morgan?
So it shows us like how oxygen changes in like active parts of the brain and during concussions.
Yes, absolutely. We're trying to see how fast your brain thinks and kind of adjusts and does that. So those are all your brain scans. Okay, so here we go on your whiteboard. Please tell me. What? Huh? Do the best you can. You have like a minute left and you can throw it away.
Yeah.
On your whiteboard, please tell me what scan uses, figures out what part of your brain is actually active. What scan looks at what part of your brain is actually active? Come on, come on, come on. What is it, Jackson? PET scan. On your whiteboard, please tell me what gives me a 3D image and is the most accurate. Good. What is it? Avery. It's perfectly fine, your marker.
No, I pressed really hard.
It's fine. Don't throw it away. The next person will be fine with it. On your whiteboard, please tell me what tracks your mental activity? What tracks your mental activity? Good. Maya, you're good at this. Good. Maya, what is it? EEG. Huh? On your whiteboard, please tell me which one is used for concussions. It allows us to see changes. Morgan. fMRI. On your whiteboard, what allows us to see the physical shape of your brain. See if there's any physical damage. What do you got? Abigail. CT scan. On your whiteboard, please tell me what is the most active stage your brain can be in. You will see on a EEG. Good. What is it? You better take that earbud out right now.
It's fine, fine.
I don't care.
I'm just getting ready because we're leaving like.
Cool. Don't put it in. JR, what is it? Beta. On your whiteboard. Please tell me, what is it called when you're just lounging in bed and you're not asleep yet, but you're kind of falling asleep? It is relaxing. What is it? Valentino. Alpha. What are your brain? What type of activity will we see on EEG if you're in stage 2 sleep? When you jerk yourself awake. No. Delta is like slow. No. Yeah, I got like 2. What are they, Maddie? Sleep spindles. Well, I got like a minute left, yes?
No, it should be gone.
Yeah, we should have.
Perfect. Put your boards away, I'm done.
Wait, what was
Oh, here it is EEG.
That was out of this week's stuff.
Valentino.
Valentino.
What?